Welcome back to the Regal Draft League. It's week 7 and the Paldea Prankster are once again on a 2-game losing streak. Last week did not go the way I hoped. I really thought we were going to be more competitive in that battle than we were. Taking yet another 8-0 destruction, meaning that we now sit at 2-4 with the second worst differential in the league. And I'm really shocked about that, since outside of those 2 matches, we've been really competitive, even in the other 2 defeats. So, in preparation for our last 3 matches, I made a couple of trades. I let Mama Skippy and Snack go and signed up Pants and Toxic, Scrafty and Toxapex. I was really struggling to get what I wanted from Kangaskhan. I couldn't get the bulk that I wanted or the damage. That's in part because the original idea of the team had a second bulky fake out mon, and Kang just also doesn't have the supporting tools I wanted from a lone bulky pivot. It kind of, in this squad, felt like the definition of mid. A decent, if unspectacular mon that would do a job, but never quite feels great. Scrafty, on the other hand, is just a bulky pivot. He hops in, drops an Intimidate, fakes something out, and then leaves. I was a massive fan of his when I signed him up for my last RDL season, so he's back again. Toxapex is a mon I've been honestly wanting to use for a little while. It's been doing so well on ladder that I'm kind of shocked it was still available. It's bulky, has regenerator, brings wide guard, some stally stuff, haze, icy wind. It's just a really annoying Pokemon to deal with. So let's see what I can get it to do in these last 3 matches. This week, we're up against the final Hacks Pack member, Draco. A multi-time league champion who's been unusually kind of struggling this season. A lot of it has been inconsistency due to incredibly bad luck. But he's also not really been happy with his squad. So he's facing me at the perfect time. I'm coming off 2 losses, he's coming off a win, and he has a very good matchup this week. Once again, I'm reminded that my 2 megas don't actually cover each other's weaknesses very well, since his one and only Mega Metagross, destroys both. Like, come on, man. Delphox, Skarmory, Hoodra, and now Metagross. What is my matchup luck this season? And I've still got Megazord wide to come. It's short, I'm telling you. Let's have a look at this abomination that Draco has drafted. Mega Metagross is just a weapon. A nuke wielded by a dictator that knows exactly how to use it. Look at those stats. It's ridiculous. 2 stab moves in Psychic Fangs and Iron Head take care of both my megas pretty handily, with the added benefit of Psychic Fangs also getting rid of Meowstic Screens, which leaves him with Stomping Tantrum for coverage, which will hit both Ceruledge and King Gambit for solid damage. He could run Body Press, but I think Stomping is more likely, since it will mean I can't pivot between the 2. Meta partner in crime in this squad is Hydreigon, an absolute coverage monster that is very well protected by the bot. Yes, it's 4 times weaker fairy, but what freaking fairy type wants to deal with mega fucking Metagross? It's also immune to the ground moves that would give Metagross issues. Stab, Snarl, and Dark Pulse are a pain in the ass for my team, and Draco Meter is just a lot of damage into anything not named Gardevoir. Throw in Tailwind support and being immune to anything Meowstic can do, and you've got a pretty damn perfect Mon into me. He also has an old favourite of mine, Volcarona, one of the most versatile Pokemon in Draft. It's got high enough special attack that it can just slap on a Life Orb and tear holes in teams, but it can also be a setup sweeper thanks to Quiver Dance. Or uses decent natural bulk to be a redirection support with Rage Powder, and moves like Bugfires, Will-O-Wisp and Tailwind. I love this Mon, but I hate facing it. The rest of his squad is rounded out with 2 very fast fake-out Mons in Weavile and Lopunny, Draco specials in Swampert and Conkeldurr, and 2 pretty damn good Trick Room setters in Mashana and Gourgeist. This is a tough matchup to predict, since he has good options for either speed control mode, though the natural speed of his main sweepers in relation to mine mean he's potentially going to go no speed control at all beyond maybe Electroweb's Jolteon, since I don't have a ground type to counter that. My prediction is that he'll bring Metagross, Hydreigon, Volcarona, Swampert, Jolteon, +1, which for me is kind of a toss-up between Conkeldurr and Mashana. With that in mind, let's look at what I'm bringing this week. But first, a word about today's not sponsor. Are you struggling with Draft League? Drafting really shit teams with no synergy? Prepping like an idiot and getting swept because of it? Then you need Battle IQ, the ultimate tool to fix most of your Draft League problems. I have to give a massive shout out to Jay Jingles for this. He's put together probably the best Draft League tool I've ever seen. He has put his own proper video tutorial on his YouTube channel for this. I will put a link in the description to that video so that you can actually check out the creator talking you through it. But this is a quick little walkthrough of my own just to show you guys around a little bit. It has basically what you would expect from the standard like prep doc. Defensive typings, speed tiers, which you can put all of this stuff in, like positive nature builds, shows you all of the speed tiers with positive natures. Put your neutral natures in, and this is one of the things I really like with the prep, because I tend to look at both positive and neutral. So, and instead of having to have the 2 graphs like in the prep doc, it's all in one place, and I love that. Put in Choice Scarf, and it'll add the Choice Scarf modifier to those. Throw in Tailwind. You know, all this stuff, it's brilliant. This was the one thing that really got me. Then there's go offensive coverage. I mean, you can see it's got all the stab, non-stab coverage. This was brilliant. So I can look at Draco's team and see Metagross has access to, you know, decent electric move, and if I hover over it, it tells you what that is. Thunder Punch. Grass. Best option is Trailblaze. Ice Punch. It's got, you know, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Really helped me with my prep this week. And if we go over here, yeah, matchup tools that you see in the thing. But if we go over to matchup, this is absolutely incredible. Let it populate, and this basically has it's Pokemon to Pokemon matchups, and it'll tell you where it's strongly unfavorable, unfavorable, even, favorable, or strongly favorable. Now this is taking into account the information from the overview, speed tier, type chart, you know, so the defensive typing, stab, and the moderate, I believe just their moderate and strong coverage moves. And then you can just click on, say I'm looking at this and I'm going, well, why has Central Edge got a bad matchup into Mega Metagross when, in theory, it could be a good one? And then you can click on the arrow, scroll down, and it shows you Central Edge versus Mega Metagross. And it's because Mega Metagross has access to Stone Edge, which is a low accuracy move, but will still do over 80% if it connects. And then here, Stomping Tantrum can almost OHKO. And if I click on Opening Calc, it'll take you straight over to their damage calculator with the matchup that the site has created. And just the amount of information that's here right at your fingertips in comparison to, say, the prep doc that we've been using for years. All of this information is there, plus extra, and it's all in a much easier to access format. The only real issue I've had was actually getting all of the mons in. But I realized that was user error. You know, if I want to go new matchup, because I've already stored my roster, I don't need to put that in again. And I can go, say, week 8. Opponent is Alpha, I think. And that'll create that. Go over to my prep doc, teams, scroll down. I think I've put everyone in already. It's Chris I'm playing, not Alpha. So we can go back here. Name, I can change that. Chris. Import Pokemon. And I can literally just do that. Review import. That's the Legion, yeah. Just Lycanroc all forms, and I just put it to Lycanroc Dusk. And we're good. Confirm import. And now that's all there. And I can just go, there we go. And then it'll take a second, but it'll calculate all of that for me. So simple. There's even a team builder here as well. Like, create the battle team in here, and it'll update in real time, which I actually didn't use for versus Draco. Maybe I'll put all this in for Chris. So if I say Who's going to be pretty good here? I've got no ground type to counter Mega Raichu, but let's go Mega Venusaur. Big Fat. And then I can go Earth Power for the Golden Go. Sludge Bomb. And Giga Drain, say. I want to do that. And then I can look. There we go. Boom. And it shows me what all that does. Sludge Bomb, 2-hit KO on Talonflame with no investment. If I make that 32. There you go, it's still a 2-hit KO on Talonflame. Earth Power becomes a possible OHKO on Mega Raichu. So that tells me I don't need it. So I can check Lycanroc, but Lycanroc is 9 times out of 10 going to be Sash. So if I go Modest, and it brings up the benchmark, so I can just click on that, bring it right down. There we go. I know the Mega Raichu Y is going to be fairly bulky, so Earth Power is not going to KO it. It's just such a good tool. Such a good tool. I can even come on here. It says custom spread. I can pick a spread. Let's say I want to do that. This is the one thing, it doesn't show me the defensive calc. Because I'd like to see how much damage I'm taking from Talonflame. But that's neither here nor there. Everything else about this site is so good that I'll let that off. So there it is. Like I said, I will put a link to Jay Jingle's video explaining this way better than I have. I literally just wanted to show you guys the tool in case you haven't seen it. I will also put a link to the site itself, both down in the description. Again, huge thanks to Jay Jingles for making this. Such a good tool. Absolutely love it. Now, what did Battle IQ help me put together for my match versus Draco? Let's start with one of the mons that the tool told me not to bring, because the tool can't take into account support stuff. You actually have to use some common sense, which I know draft players struggle with. Meowstic. Usual support kitty, but I've decided to, shock horror, put an attacking move on it. I wanted Meowstic to actually be able to do something if Hydreigon is on the field, well, besides get deleted by a Dark Pulse. Whether I actually click it is a different story. Thunder Wave for speed control, Charm for nerfing that pesky Metagross, and Fake Out. Fake Out is actually one of the reasons I'm still thinking of putting Protect instead of Alluring Voice as my fourth move, especially if Draco brings Weavile or Lopunny, since they'll have the faster Fake Out than Meowstic. I'd, in an ideal world, like to be able to pivot Meowstic in and out to help keep the actual damage options on the team safe. I've gone full Spidef, since that means if he's not running Modest Life Orb Hydra, then we will actually live a Dark Pulse. We can't do anything in return, but we'll live. That's not actually true, though. Even with no special attack investment, we'll do about 70% with Alluring Voice if I keep it. Speaking of the multi-headed monster, it really doesn't like seeing the next mon up. Mega Gardevoir. Now, Hydreigon does get access to Flash Cannon, which will hurt, but if I have any of my speed control options up, then Hyper Voice just kills it twice over. And I've tacked on Vacuum Wave as a priority option, which will do over 30% to a no-bulk Hydreigon. I've gone with Shadow Ball as my coverage this week, which is a 2-shot on Mega Metagross. I'm not sure that even with Charm support, Guardy can get that 2-ko, but Charm to lower the attack and take the first Iron Head, then T-Wave to slow it down, and hope he's not running Bullet Punch, which, to be honest, we could live barely anyway, and kill. Guardy is pretty good in this matchup if Metagross isn't a thing, but that's a massive if. Our main sweeper in this matchup is Ceruledge. Bulk Up with Bitter Blade and Shadow Sneak. The classic. We don't actually need the Bulk Up to deal with Metagross. A Bitter Blade into Shadow Sneak will do it. The Bulk Up is to help us take less from a Stomping Tantrum, which I'm just now realizing if I fake Metagross out will double in power and Oko Ceruledge unless I charm it first. Anyway, the Bulk Up is to help us versus his physical attackers and to let us actually do some damage into Hydreigon, since without it, the dragon just walls our boy here. Not much to say overall. We've got Cobble Berry to let us live one hit from Hydreigon, and beyond that, we have a pretty decent matchup into his team. I'm pretending that Swampert doesn't exist, okay? Don't at me. Especially with the next Mon to help out. Vaporeon. Vaporeon is an interesting one here. Outside of Hydreigon and Gourgeist, Draco doesn't have a good switch into Scald, and both of those are weak to Ice. So Scald plus Icy Wind is a great offensive support setup for the Fish. We can use Scald to fish with burns, and Icy Wind, coming off a Pokemon that's slow as dirt, is still actually helpful speed control, since with a -1 on just about any of his threats, Guardian Ceruledge can outspeed and do some real damage. I've gone for Calm Mind as my 4th move, since if I see no Jolteon or Gourgeist, he doesn't have a great way of dealing with Fish Feet, and we could potentially get a setup going. I've not planned to do that, I just thought it was good as an option. Yawn could also be good here for forcing switches. I'm not set in stone. Of course, I have to bring at least one of the new signings. Scrafty. I didn't actually have my Draco matchup in mind when I picked up Pantsir, but when it came to prep, I was shocked at how good it is. But it's got 5 move syndrome. I want to run like 8 moves on him actually, but Fake Out is a given, Close Combat is another way of dealing with Hydreigon, Protect for if he leads to faster Fake Out, and then I've gone with Taunt as an option to shut down his Trick Room mode. With this EV spread, there's a chance, a very slim chance, that we can live a double up of Draco Meteor and Body Prep from a Hydra meta lead. The main reason I've gone for Taunt over Crunch, remember, you can't knock off a Mega Stone, so I'd have to run Crunch for remotely decent damage, is that Crunch only does like half to Mashana anyway, and if he brings Gourgeist Super, the 122 defense one, it's even less than that. And that can't be faked out. So Taunt just made sense. CC is still decent damage into Metagross since it doesn't resist, and for the most part, I just wanted to pivot Scrafty around anyway. It's not really here for the damage. Finally, we have the surprise Mon of the week. Honestly, I couldn't figure out a 6th. I looked at everything and finally settled on Altaria. Altaria is a strange one here. It gets super blown up by Hydreigon and Weavile, but hear me out, it's actually pretty damn good into everything else. So I've decided on maximum physical bulk, and a Haban Berry to let us live through one Dreadful Meteor. What this will do is let me set up Tailwind with Fake Out support, if available, and then use Breaking Swipe to help the rest of the team. We also have Roost to help us stick around longer. I actually even debated going for a Dragon Dance set, but it would take too much investment to make that meaningful with swipes as our only attacking move. So I've just gone with Super Bolt. And if I see no Weavile, then this becomes an actual option. To just sit there, spam Breaking Swipes next to Several Edge or Gardevoir, and just chip things down, keeping the power levels under control. So, there you have it. The team that I hope will get us back in the win column. Draco might not be very happy with his team, but it's difficult for me to prep for. And he's coming in with some momentum, so this is going to be a difficult matchup for me. Let's hope I can make it 3-0 versus him. Now, on to the battles. What has he brought? What is he going to destroy me with? Pretty much what I thought. I was half expecting Contelda to come, but he has brought the faster Fake Out, which he's blatantly gonna lead. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I think I'm gonna lead Guardy, Meowstick with you and you in the back. What does that lose to? Not much. Gonna make a Metagross lead tough to deal with, so let's do that. We'll put Guardy and Scrafty in the back. Weavile was the one mon I was hoping not to see. Yeah. So Insta switch you. Yep. Nasty plot. Oh, you mother. Right. I'm going to make the read. I think he protects on the Fake Out. Oh, he didn't. Uh-oh. Oh, we live. That bolt coming in clutch. Don't like revealing vacuum wave yet, but he's gonna have +2 flash cannon, I'm pretty sure of it. Interesting. Didn't go for the flash cannon. That means he probably doesn't have it. A shadow ball. Now let's get the free switch. Charm you. Hyper voice again. Ooh, he switched, okay. Medusa, that's the Volcarona, okay. He does have bullet punch. I'm going to double switch here. He's just going to Rage Powder with Volt. This will be Metagross at -3. Yeah. Tickled me. Absolutely tickled me. Oh, he's gone full fucking setup. Bruh. Okay. I'm gonna fake out there. And I'm gonna bulk up. I think I need it now. Alright, switched, okay. Oh, it's Life Orb Quiver Dance Volk. Frickin' heck, dude. Okay, I'm kind of screwed now. Let's see what he's going to go for. Do I want a double pack? No. I'm going to CC you. I'm protected. Man, he was going to give me a free boost. There, kills. There's Dark Pulse, okay. Damage, good damage, or crit, okay. This is a lot of setup, crazy offense. Okay, he does have protect on that thing. We got a kill. We didn't get swept. That's good. But now what is the question? A Thunder Wave. Pretty much the only thing I can do is P-Wave and Shadow Ball. But he's gonna Bullet Punch. Yeah. Yeah. GG's. Okay. They brought the mons I was expecting, but my god, the amount of setup he brought. I don't think, well, I say I don't think, I was not expecting that at all. How do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? If I can get rid of the Weavile, you're pretty good. So I can also go with my Carmine Fish. This loses if he brings Jolteon, though. That's the only issue. He went very anti-Ceruledge. Yeah, same lead. He's got the faster fake out. But I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. And that's before all you like, buddy. Oh, okay. My God, that did nothing. He's so bulky. Wait, he doesn't have Draco Meteor. Oh, is he gonna triple axle into that slot though? Throat chop, you son of a bitch. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my God, the read. Oh my God. Ah. What is this Weavile set? Oh yeah, of course, Tom did. Oh, it's a death drop now as well, thank you. Just what I didn't want. You know what? I actually win again. Oh my god, it lived on one. He's gonna call this switch, but yeah. GG's. He's gonna try and body press there. called that right at least. Oh my god, all these mons are so freaking bulky. GG's. Good prep, there you go, good prep.